Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be reacting to a video that was recommended to me, and it's titled The Dumbest Sports Argument Ever, and the channel's name is Broiler. It was recommended to me just on YouTube and I find it very interesting, so that's why I decided to make a video on this. And also, if you want to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want me to keep uploading videos. I upload videos like these 2 times every week. And if you want to support me, it would be definitely a big help to the channel. Like this video and also subscribe. And with all that out of the way, let's just get right into it. And also, lastly, before I forget, if you want to support the video and the channel that I'm going to be covering here or reacting to, is called Broiler. I'll definitely put the link in the description, and let's get into it.
Are you a world champion? Probably not, and
Yeah.
that's okay because neither am I. I'm not much of a champion of anything. That's why I live through the accomplishments of the sports teams I root for. My teams are
Yep, that's exactly what I feel too. It's because I'm a loser and I keep on supporting the team, and hopefully they'll win the championship. And it makes me feel like a champion too, even though I'm not.
usually losing rather than winning, but they've had their moments.
Yeah.
They might not be great right now, but 20 years ago, the Detroit Pistons did win the NBA Finals. But even though they won the finals, it wouldn't really make sense to call them world champions since,
Yeah.
they play in an American sports league. A couple years ago, a track star made this point very clear, and it led to the dumbest sports argument of all time.
You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head.
Yeah.
World champion of what? The United States?
I mean, Noah Lyles is definitely not wrong here. Technically, the NBA championship is not world championship. It's just that it's very disrespectful as well, because these players keep on training, working out, and doing all kinds of things in the NBA. Like, they play 82 games plus at least 25 or even 27 games. Let's say 20 to 27 games additionally because of the playoffs. And doing all that work, doing all those training and stuff, and becoming an NBA champion. And you are the best team in the world. I think that's something that we can agree upon. Like, the best players in the world are playing in the NBA, like Luka Doncic, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and it's definitely a guarantee that if you're a top 5 player in the NBA, you will be successful in EuroLeague and in the bro, I'm stuttering like mother effer right now, and in the Olympics, because players like Luka, Giannis, and Jokic definitely are the best player in their team, and they are currently one of the best players in the NBA. So most of the players that are successful in the NBA is definitely a guarantee that they will be great players even in EuroLeague and in the Olympics. So basically what I'm saying is that they technically NBA players are not the world champions because it's an American sports league. And also, since they are an American sports league, it's not really, you know, technically you are not the world champions. So yeah, technically you are not the world champions, but it's very disrespectful to the players, like putting all of that work in, playing 82 games plus 20 plus games in the playoffs and becoming finally the NBA championship. And they just feel it's really offensive because they put all of that hard work in there, and to not be named as the world champions, it's just something that they're very offended by. Because, I guarantee that the 23 NBA champions and the 24 NBA champions, I think that if you do put them, like, for example, like teams in EuroLeague, teams in Asia, if you put them in a tournament, like in a best of 7 format, I guarantee you 99.99% of the time, not 100% because sometimes injuries happen, but let's say everyone is healthy, playing 7 game series all the time. I guarantee you that the team that won the NBA championship will win that tournament, and in a best of 7 series, because that's how the team is better than you, if you played in a 7 game series, because in a best of 1 series it's not really a guarantee because some players just not are not in the A game sometimes in 1 game. So it's better if they play in a 7 game series, and I guarantee that 99.99% of the time the team who are the NBA champions will win that kind of tournament.
The United States?
Noah Lyles is one of the best athletes in the world, without
Yeah.
question. At the 2023 World Championships, Lyles won the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 4x100 relay events.
Which is he is a world champion, because Olympics, everyone in the entire world, some countries are not competing, but it's a guarantee that if you win here, of course you're the world champion. It's just in the name.
Historic accomplishment. The last person to do this, in fact, was in 2015 by some guy that
didn't know
you
that.
may or may not have heard of before.
Who?
After going
Flash?
3 for 3, Lyles had some things to say about being a world champion and why he thinks NBA players can't quite call themselves the same.
That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost
Which he
every
is
country out
right.
here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
NBA players did
There's flags in the U.S., right? Like state flags. I'm sure that you guys have it. I'm not too sure because I haven't done research, but I do think that the United States has flags, but it's states, right? State
not
flags.
like
Yeah.
what he had to say. Some people like Giannis
Yeah.
tried defending Lyles, but a lot of
I wanted to back him up so bad. He received so much backlash for saying something like the obvious. I totally agree with him. Yeah, I Noah is definitely correct here because it's not really world champion, as I said earlier.
them were not happy about what he had to say, and I get it. NBA players work tirelessly to try to even make
Yep.
the finals, and when they finally reach the summit and win it all, it's an amazing accomplishment that few players can say they've done. From the perspective of an NBA player, the way Lyles talks is like he's trying to belittle what it means to win an NBA championship. NBA players were not the only ones he
He thought this speech was gonna be so hard to mirror the night before. Now the whole league doesn't rate you. I mean, Drake also does that. I guarantee you that Drake also does that, like talking in the mirror, hype himself up.
about what Lyles had to say. Fans and talking heads on sports shows started calling his claims ridiculous. Fans pointed out
Yeah, I think the problem is that Noah said it in a very disrespectful way. He could have gone about it like saying like it's not really a world championship, but in the way that he said it, it's just I don't know. It's really disrespectful, like the tone of his voice.
how the best basketball players in the world play in the NBA. People start comparing exhibition games between NBA and EuroLeague teams,
Oh,
and
definitely.
showing how the NBA
The
pretty
NBA
much
has a
always
better
destroys
record,
other
yep.
teams in the world. Noah Lyles did not gain any respect from the NBA circle with his take, and people were ready to prove him wrong. Let's be clear, it was mainly NBA players from the United States that were mad at him. A few months after his rant, the US was given a chance to prove that they can also be world champions. The team
I know that they lose this FIBA World Cup, but they're not really the best. Sure, you got Anthony Edwards, you got Jalen Brunson, who's having a terrific season. You also have you got Tyrese Halliburton there, which was not really playing when the big boys actually played. You got Brandon Ingram, Paolo Banchero is really good. Josh Hart, Bobby Portis. Man, this ain't. I mean, back then, like if in the 90s or in the 80s, I'm not really 100% sure that they're gonna win as well, even back then. But they'll definitely have a better chance back then than today because Europeans are just improving. Like every year they're improving because like the best players in the world right now are European players. So yeah, this team, it's good on paper, but it's not definitely a team that could win the world championship.
team that they assembled was decent.
Yeah,
There were
it's
definitely
decent.
some great players on the team, but I don't think Walker Kessler and Bobby Portis were among the absolute
Yeah.
best that the United States had to offer.
No.
Regardless, the team won all 3 of their games in their group play and moved on to the tournament. In the tournament, they won their first match against Italy, but lost by 2 points to Germany in the semifinal.
Bro, Dennis Schroeder in the Olympics is just a different person. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but in the Olympics, holy motherfucking shit, he plays phenomenally.
And even worse, finished in 4th place after losing to Canada? Not exactly proving Noah Lyles wrong, are we?
Yeah.
This led to people once again talking
Noah
about what he
Lyles
had to say, and even more NBA fans were becoming
I will forever be rooting on Noah Lyles now for just for this video. Not gonna say that word. N-word wanna be different so bad.
official Noah Lyles haters. The 2024 Olympics were coming up, and these fans wanted to see two things: the United States basketball
They did
team to
prove
win a
it.
gold
They
medal,
did prove it.
and watch Noah Lyles fail.
They did prove it. They did prove it. They won the championship. They won the gold
The
medal.
U.S. team was going to get a lot of help from the superstars: LeBron James, Steph
yeah.
Curry, Kevin Durant. They were just a few names that said they were playing in the Olympics. Previously, both Curry and LeBron had not played for the 2020 Olympics, and with notable stars like
But they
Anthony
did win that
Davis,
year, though.
Joel
Even though they didn't have the best players, they did win in the Olympics back in 2021 when they had Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum. I know Jason Tatum played bad in the recent Olympics, and some people would say that bench the dude, bench the dude. I think it's a matter of the composition and also the players there. Because back in 2021, the best players are definitely Kevin Durant and also Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum played great during the Olympics. It's just that so many great players are in the team. I think Steve Kerr had a issue when it comes to the rotations, and that's probably the main reason why they didn't really succeed. And Tatum didn't succeed in playing in the Olympics.
Embiid and Devin
2024.
Booker joining, the most super of super teams was forming. And when it came time for them to play, dominance.
Yeah, it was dominant to other teams. I watch all these games. It's dominant to most of the teams, but you can definitely see that they're not like players outside of the U.S. are definitely catching up, because most of the time back then they would stomp the teams, and now sometimes it would just take like 2 points, 3 points, 4-point games. It was a very close match, and also the team that was really close on beating them was South Sudan. Alright, if I remember that correctly.
The team easily won all three of their group play games, and their first
Yeah, and they did beat them by double digits, and when it comes to the can you even say playoffs? Let's just say playoffs, because there's like a regular games first to determine the standings and who are you going to play against in the elimination.
first game of the tournament was no different, crushing Brazil by 35 points. But their semifinal game against Serbia was tricky. Serbia led by 11 points at halftime.
Yeah,
and
this was so scary. Like, I was supporting Team USA, of course, because my favorite team is the Boston Celtics. And when I saw this, that Serbia was leading, I was like, damn, this shit's scary, man. Like, if they did get beaten by Serbia here, I think it's just over. Like, the NBA wouldn't be looked at as the best league. Not really, like, the best league. I mean, like, outside of the U.S., because some of the Filipinos here sometimes have doubts. Like, we do see that the USA team are the best players in the world, but the top 3 players right now aren't even Americans. Like, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, even SGA. SGA is Canadian.
in complete control of the game, but a great fourth quarter led by Curry helped the United States claw back to win by 4 points.
It was
in
a
the
really
gold medal
close
game
game
against France, the script was pretty similar. The team overall
Was it Bogdanovic? Bogdanovic was really on fire that game. He dropped like, I don't know, man, like 30 or something. I forgot, but he was phenomenal that game.
had a better performance compared to their semifinal game, but the
Night thing, because he did that to us in 2022, but I let it slide here because it's Team USA.
The United States won the gold medal, proving once again their dominance on basketball.
Yeah.
Many people used this to try and prove Lyles wrong. The official United States basketball Twitter account even poked fun at him, which is insane. Your team just won a gold medal. How is
Yeah.
something that a track athlete said a year ago still on your mind? Regardless, Team USA accomplished what they set out to do. How did Noah Lyles perform?
He did prove that is also one of the best
The two main events that Noah
racers. I don't know, track and field.
Lyles was a part of were the 100-meter and 200-meter events. NBA fans were ready to watch him fail.
NBA Twitter getting ready to hate watch Noah Lyles today. Noah Lyles hate watched.
So when Lyles won the bronze medal for the 200-meter, fans pounced on the chance to make fun of him. Let's put this into perspective for a second. NBA fans tried making fun of him for winning a medal at the Olympics.
I mean, he
a lot
did
of these
win
fans were
gold.
from the United States and were actively rooting for an American athlete to fail. And for what? Because he pointed out something that was technically true? Because he said that players that win a championship in an
It's not
American
just that. Technically, what he said is true, but they're mad because of the way he said it as well. It's very disrespectful for him to say it. Like, like the tone of his voice and everything, all that. And NBA players are just one of the most, like, one of the most people that can really hurt your feelings in the comment section, because those people, me included, are really brutal. Like, you can win like a regular season game, and someone in the comment section would be like, yeah, but you ain't winning the championship, you ain't winning shit. like like being a Wizards fan and just celebrating a win, you'll definitely get roasted by people in the comment section, but in the replies, like in a YouTube post or even a Facebook post. Like, Facebook people using Facebook is just so brutal. Even Twitter.
American Sports League can't call themselves world champs? Is this really all that sports is about now? Just stupid arguments for people to waste their time on?
Yes. Like, what's the point of ESPN? It's debate. People like debating. Even now, people are debating LeBron James and Michael Jordan, which I don't really fucking care no more. You can take Jordan, you can take LeBron. It's definitely it's really an argument that neither is definitely either one you pick. I would agree. Like, if you say LeBron's the GOAT, I agree. If you say Jordan is the GOAT, I also agree. Because, LeBron James has the accolades and also the longevity. Like, where do you see anyone that is 40 years old and performing in this level? Like, it feels like he is still in his prime, but you can definitely still see that he's not what he used to be. Like, his defense is definitely not better than he used to be, and he cannot will his team to win a game like back in 2018. I watched 2018 LeBron when it was happening, when he beat the Boston Celtics in the 7-game series, when he beat the Toronto Raptors in the sweep. And two of those games, if I remember correctly, was a buzzer beater game, but was buzzer beaters. And also, he beat the Indiana Pacers that had prime Victor Oladipo in a 7-game series as well, which was really hype. So yeah, it's a matter of debate when it comes to the NBA and all just sports in general. It's always going to be a debate. Every single day, every single game is a debate. But, if your team is shit, it's not really a debate. Like, people just debate the best players, the best teams, and just all the famous athletes in the world.
Arguing about sports is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be arguments about things that don't really matter, but are still enjoyable to argue about.
Yeah.
There's a reason why people love debating Jordan versus LeBron.
Yeah, I hate this. Like, Skip was very disrespectful to Shannon here. Like, I don't want to get into this, but, like, it's a debate. Like, you don't have to come up and say some stupid shit like that. Skip Bayless definitely was stupid for saying that. But, it's a debate about the players. It's not a debate about us. It's not a debate about me. And I'm really glad that Shannon left, because he is really the person that I still watch Undisputed for. And without him, Undisputed is just gone. Even now, I don't think a lot of people are watching Undisputed. I don't even know if Undisputed is still ongoing. So I'm really happy for Shannon for leaving. Even though that Skip Bayless gave him this opportunity, I do think that he just grew out of his wings. Like, he outran Skip Bayless, which is definitely not impossible to do, because Shannon Sharpe is actually an athlete.
For who's the best basketball player. Both were the greatest players of their eras, and comparing their successes and failures to each other is very fun. With an argument like this, though, there's practically nothing to gain. Noah Lyles gains nothing from being smug and calling out the NBA. NBA fans and players definitely.
I mean, Noah Lyles is probably doing it just so people can watch him as well. I mean, he is relevant because currently he is the fastest person in the world. The reason for him doing that is probably just because, attention, like all the people in the world wants. And he did prove his point. Like, saying that you are not world champion, which is correct because it is the NBA now. NBA is an American sports league, and the Olympics is a league for all the world to join in, all the countries in the world to join in. And he also proved that he can be a world champion by winning gold. Sure, he won bronze in some other type of field there, which I didn't really watch because I don't really give a fuck. But he did prove his point, and the NBA also proved their point that they are the best players in the world. Most the Americans are one of the best players in the world and can still be world champion. Until then, we'll see.
Don't gain anything from preying on the downfall of a track athlete who basically pointed out a technicality. Some team this year will win the NBA Finals. Their social media team will probably post about
World
them being
champions.
world champs, and people will get angry. My question is this:
Fix
is
this.
this argument really worth all the attention it got? Because if it is, then I'll rest my case. But if not, then this is the dumbest sports argument ever.
Great video by Brailer. Definitely great video. I'll link it in the description here, but yeah, it is one of the most dumbest things in sports argument ever, because Noah Lyles is not wrong. NBA players are not world champions, but it is a guarantee, to me at least. I don't know if you guys believe me or not, but it is a guarantee that if you are NBA champions, 99% of the time, if there is a tournament, like let's say the Celtics would be going up against the best team in Europe, the best team in Asia, like the best team in each continent, including Antarctica, because you know those ice golems are really really great. Like one of the players named Ice Golem 6922 is averaging like 60 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 55 assists. You know, we gotta include those people as well. But what I do think is that people that are fans of the NBA, like if they see an NBA champion, those players and that team of that year would definitely be the best team in the world, because you know, going up against other teams of the world, the synergy and everything that those players' skills, talent, and also just the chemistry of them, because you know they played a lot of games, including the playoffs. It will be unmatched. What the hell? Something's wrong with my brain. Would be unmatched, you know, and playing that amount of games and going up against players in the Euro League. It is something that it is debatable, but 99.99% of the NBA players and NBA fans would agree that if you are a champion in the NBA, you are the best in the world, because most of the players that are playing the NBA are the best players in the world. And you know, comment down below what you think, because I do think that Noah Lyles was right, but at the same time, NBA players are the best team. The NBA players that won the NBA championship and NBA teams that win the championship are the best team in the world. But you know, you can debate me from that, and if you do, comment down below what you think. Are NBA players world champions, or is Noah Lyles wrong about that aspect? So again, I'll definitely put Brailer's video in the description, and yeah, comment down below what you think. And as always, thank you so much. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.